The night air hung heavy around me as I drove down the deserted highway, the only illumination coming from my headlights piercing through the darkness. It was a journey I'd made countless times, but tonight something felt different. A sense of unease crept into the corners of my mind, like tendrils of mist weaving their way into my consciousness. As I rounded a bend, my headlights caught something, a figure standing at the side of the road, barely visibly in the dim glow. My foot instinctively eased off the accelerator as I approached, my heart pounding in my chest. Who would be out here, in the dead of night, all alone? Drawing closer, I could make out the silhouette of a woman, her form swaying gently in the breeze. My gut churned with unease, but a flicker of concern propelled me to pull over. "Are you okay?" I called out, my voice barely above a whisper. She turned to face me, and in the dim light, I could see the pallor of her skin, the emptiness in her eyes. "Please," she said, her voice barely audible over the rustle of the wind. "You have to help me." Without thinking, I reached for the door handle, my hand trembling as I pushed open the door. But as I stepped out onto the pavement, a chill raced down my spine. There was something wrong with her, something unnatural. Before I could react, she lunged at me, her fingers clawing at my flesh with inhuman strength. I stumbled backward, my heart pounding in my ears as I struggled to break free from her grasp. With a surge of adrenaline, I managed to shove her away, scrambling back into the safety of my car. I slammed the door shut, fumbling for the keys in a blind panic. But when I glanced back up at the road, she was gone. My breath came in ragged gasps as I tried to make sense of what had just happened. Had it been a trick of the mind, a hallucination brought on by exhaustion and fear? Or had I narrowly escaped something far more sinister? I didn't dare stick around to find out. With trembling hands, I turned the key in the ignition, the engine roaring to life beneath me. Without a second thought, I peeled out onto the road, leaving behind the haunting memory of that fateful encounter. But even as I drove on, putting miles between myself and that forsaken stretch of highway, I couldn't shake the feeling that I hadn't seen the last of her, that somewhere out there in the darkness, she was still lurking, waiting for her next unwitting victim.